Hi everyone. So for today, I'm starting from here for my rocket experiment, simply explaining it, answering the questions posed, because I live in New York and we had a blizzard. So I just need to wait for the snow to melt a little bit before I actually go outside. But I want to talk through the experiment a little bit and just a few different principles that are necessary in understanding how this experiment works with the vinegar, the baking soda, and the rocket. So one of the first ideas that I want to talk about is combustion. And the process of combustion of gases, liquid or solid propellants in rockets are ejected from the combustion chamber through the nozzle at a high velocity. It's important to understand this, to understand how that ties into sending it into liftoff and what's going on to basically start this process, if you will. It's essential to determine the amount of force needed to project it up, which is called thrust. So thrust is a mechanical force that's generated by the engines to move the aircraft through the air. This is very important on rockets. We want them to go up in the air. We don't want them to go that way or downward. We want them to go up. So those are two themes that are very essential to understanding this assignment. Additionally, Newton's third law states that every action has an equal or opposite reaction. This allows the rocket to lift off from the ground, in this case, in reality, maybe a launch pad, when it expels gas out of the engine, because when the rocket pushes the gas down, the gas in turn pushes it back, and this allows it to go upward, and this is representative of Newton's third law. My guess is that by adding baking soda to the reaction, that will permit it to lift off, and I think the amount of baking soda we add will definitely have an effect on how high or how powerful it goes, launching the bottle into the air. So yeah, I think that the combination of the acid, in this case the vinegar, and the baking soda will allow for an acid-base chemistry reaction and will allow the rocket to go higher. So those are just a few of the variables that I'm taking into consideration when explaining this assignment. And again, you'll be able to kind of see it take place once I perform the experiment in just a few moments from this video. So important to know as well, an acid-base reaction is a chemical reaction that occurs between an acid and a base. Their importance becomes apparent when we analyze this, because it allows to see which characteristic is more apparent or which one isn't. And we really need to understand the relationships amongst each other, and we're seeing this with the baking soda as the base and the vinegar as the acid. So the materials that I used are vinegar. I'm going to use white vinegar, an empty plastic bottle, Arm & Hammer baking soda, and a cork. So you'll see me kind of go through the experiment, but I just want to talk about it a little bit with everyone, so you'll see the procedure really taking place. And I hope that I can draw a good conclusion and that you guys will see the relationship between the products work out, and we'll see a great representation of Newton's third law. So thank you for watching this intro, and we will get right to the video. Thank you. So I've just gotten home from work, and I'm setting up my experiment now. You guys would have just seen my introductory video. I have my baking soda in this napkin, my white vinegar, and my water bottle. So I actually don't have a cork, but I'm gonna try this with the cap on, and then I might try a different bottle, so I may not air that one, but let's see if the cap works. So first I'm just gonna pour my vinegar into this bottle, and I'm outside, so I don't care if I make a little bit of a mess. Let's see. And I'm actually going to shut this video off and flip my screen so we can see if this works. Let's see. I used quite a bit of vinegar. So now I'm going to put the baking soda in, give it a little shake, and hope that this doesn't explode in my face. Just give me 1 sec to get this I would like to get the cap handy really fast. I'm going to turn the camera so you guys can see it. This is the bottle. Just making sure I'm holding it away from my face. And I'm just going to give it a shake. Let's see. Let's see. So it's definitely fizzing. Nothing's exploded yet. I understand the gist of the assignment. I don't want to touch it and shake it again. But based on the video, I think the only thing that I could have done differently is using an actual cork, because what I'm thinking is maybe the screw was on too tight. But I will say though that the bottle itself has completely changed shape. So I think having maybe used a cork, it would have been a little bit more productive. But it is interesting. The bottle like firmed up a ton and like totally changed its shape. But there's no rocket action going on. But I don't know. Like I mentioned in my intro, I believe that if I just kicked it. I believe that if I used more baking soda, or more vinegar, it probably would have had a better reaction. However, I'm gonna try this again, maybe tomorrow when there's not snow on the ground, and see what happens. But so far the experiment was unsuccessful, but that happens, it's okay. And I'm just gonna read more about it and see what I can do for next time to get that lunch. But I hope you guys got a clear understanding of what's supposed to happen. Yeah, I just kicked it again, nothing. So yeah, I'm gonna give this another shot maybe tomorrow when it's a little bit warmer, and we'll see. So I hope you guys got a clear explanation from my video. And yeah, so thank you. And like I said, this was just a traditional Poland Spring water bottle, and you can totally see how it like just changed its shape. I'm actually curious to see what would happen if I unscrew the cap right now. I'm a little bit nervous, but my garbage pail's right here. So let's unscrew the cap and see what happens. Okay, wow. All right, so that was a really loud pop, as you heard. Okay, so I didn't get the rocket launch from the bottle, but I definitely got it from the cap. So somewhat successful, I would say. So very interesting. I just scared a stray cat away, but I guess it was worth it. Alrighty, so thanks guys.